Inspiration can be found in unlikely places. Bill Ruesinks finds his swimming beneath a spear hole cut inside his ice shack. Bill's creative juices flow while trying to attract northern pike.
I think it's more for the entertainment of the guy sitting above watching it a lot of times than it is for actually attracting the fish in.
He's an angler obsessed with decoys.
Every day I go out, I try to take out whichever ones I just finished, and I'll swim them for a while, make sure they look good.
After they swim, he adds them to his collection back home, a growing treasure of handmade pieces of working art.
It does take time, but it's very rewarding.
In his garage-turned-workshop, Bill gets right back to work. One cut after another, a block of wood becomes a fish.
But from the bandsaw, the sander, a lot of hand sanding. That's probably the one monotonous part of it, is a lot of hand sanding. And it's up to your imagination from there.
Bill makes plenty of lifelike decoys.
I do a little wood burning just to put an outline, makes it carve a little better.
But his reputation revolves around carvings with serious flair.
We're hot. So right now, we've got about 6,000 volts at the end of these. Fractal burning is a high voltage, generally in the thousands of volts, that you apply to the wood that has baking soda and water soaked into it. I had never heard of it until just a couple of years ago, and a friend was doing it on the inside trim of his home, and it was, I thought that would be neat on a decoy. So he taught me how to do it, and then built my own machine, and it's just another branch of carving that you can go off on. It goes where it wants to go, picks its own path.
Kind of like Bill's path into the world of fish art.
I just enjoy doing it. It's fun. It feels like you have power right there between your hands.
After all, art really has no boundaries.
I think it's the creativity it leaves you, especially with spearing. They could be any color. They don't have to look identical to a real fish. Those are cool, They look nice on your mantle.
Exactly why Ruesinks' carvings now get flooded with custom orders.
Somebody asks me to make something I've never done before, I'm just like, all right, I'll give it a shot. And then that usually turns up ending being a big seller. Other people see it and I want one of those.
Each decoy takes about a week to complete.
Some of it's not a lot of work, it's just waiting for things to dry. A lot of resins, glues, paints. First thing I gotta decide if I want a natural thin color or a bright one. I'll go with the natural. It's a hobby. I still have several years before I can retire.
And when he does, you'll likely find him here in his cluttered garage workshop, tinkering with wood, fire, and paint, creating art inspired by time spent staring through a spear hole cut in the bottom of his ice shack.